Welcome to the DAS mathematics classes. These classes are online as well as in due course of time. Whenever lockdown will be lifted or open, we will be conducting the offline classes also. DAS has been conducting mathematics classes since last 20 years. In fact, we have been the pioneer in starting the mathematics classes long back in 2003. We have been completing the entire course in 6 months, and I am explaining how the entire course can be completed in 6 months. For that, you have to focus on the time frame. You should have a schedule and you must strictly follow that schedule. Then only that course can be completed within a required time period. Try to appreciate I have divided the entire course into 3 different groups. In group 1, we are having module 1, which is ordinary differential equations and vector analysis, 2 courses. Typically, 1 question is asked in the exam from ODE and 1 full question is asked from vector calculus, and 1 bit is asked in the compulsory part. So 2 full questions you can answer from the first module, ODE and vector. Why I am starting this as a first module? Because in doing my other courses, dynamics or fluid dynamics or rigid dynamics, solutions of differential equation is required, and even for doing fluid dynamics you require good background of vector calculus. Because I teach this group B, fluid dynamics, rigid dynamics and dynamics kind of courses, so ordinary differential equation and vector analysis forms a background. So good knowledge of these 2 courses is essential, so we are focusing on these 2. So ODE entire course at our institute we complete in just 10 classes. If you happen to attend our 10 classes, you will be in a position to answer almost all questions asked in the last 20 years. ODE is a very simple course. It is just extension of your 12th class knowledge. From that thing only we will be start building up, and today's class we will be focusing on the first class. It does not require 65 classes as many of the teachers are wasting time. This entire course can be completed in just 10 classes, that is 20 hours is more than enough for ODE, and as far as theoretical treatment is concerned, just 5 classes will suffice. 5 classes we are taking for solving the real questions asked in the exam. We will be trying to do justice with this. Similarly, vector calculus requires hardly 8 classes. So 18 classes according to us, these are tentative, maybe 1 class more or 1 class less. Similarly, second module is calculus, that is also a foundation, background, integral and differential calculus, which are also prerequisite for doing other courses in mathematics. We intend to complete, because calculus, many of the topics in calculus overlaps with real analysis. So I can say vice versa, like if calculus takes 22 classes, then real analysis will take your less classes. So we have assigned calculus and real put together, we have assigned basically 32 classes, and within that we will be trying to do justice. These first 3 modules, which is forming the group 1, is taught by me along with my young faculty who will be assisting me in solving the problems. So there is a co-faculty who is sitting here, who will join in due course of time with me. So first I will be creating your whole entire framework, what is required from the examination point of view, what is the requisite theoretical background of the course. Then there is a group 2. Group 2 is basically all applied mathematics topics. Dynamics, because fluid dynamics is also dynamics, so you need to know about the dynamics first, then fluid dynamics, then rigid dynamics, which in the syllabus goes by the name of mechanics. And in the same module, to balance out, because many other times even in fluid dynamics we need to solve partial differential equations, I have placed partial differential equations into the same group. So this will also be requiring about 50 classes, 12 classes for dynamics, 12 classes for fluid dynamics, 12 classes for rigid dynamics, 36 plus 15 classes for PD and other things, so 51 classes. Here at the end of every module there is a provision of test, examination like test, and in that test discussion will be done. Once you will appear at the exam, try to appreciate, we will be sending you in the online mode, we will be sending you the question paper, you will write down the exam at your own place, you will answer the question, we will be sending you the solution video you will self-evaluate, and if your score becomes more than 40%, then you have to send the answer sheets to us for review. We will be giving you guiding in this format. So that is how the entire course I am formulating. So group 1 will require about 51 classes, and we intend to finish in 2 months. 2 months duration we will be finishing group 1. Similarly 2 months it will take about to do the group 2, and group 3. Group 3 is linear algebra and matrices, modern algebra and complex analysis. One full question is asked, one full question is asked, one full question is asked, and from every book compulsory questions are also asked. So try to understand, this is also 4 questions, 4 questions plus 4 questions plus 5 questions total, that is about 13 questions, and plus compulsory questions are taken care of. So you will be in a position to answer almost all questions by doing these modules. So judiciously, if tentatively one follows this time schedule, then entire course can be completed within 152-hour classes. That means it requires 300 classes, and if for practice you require another 400 hours, then within 700 hours you can do sufficient thing of the mathematics. Because many of the times many people crib or criticize mathematics that syllabus is very lengthy. Syllabus is not lengthy if it is judiciously planned. But if you start doing ordinary differential equations 60-65 classes, devote your 2 months for just doing ODE, then definitely you will not be able to finish the entire syllabus in a short span of time. Competition requires optimization of resources, optimization of your time. Every question need to be practiced many times. If you have to vomit out the answer in the exam within given time, like 7 minutes for a 10-mark question, time allotted is 7 minutes. So within 7 minutes if you need to answer the question, that means you must have practiced that question 3-4 times, then only in the exam it will be done. In that regard, civil services examination is vastly different from all other kind of exams which you must have taken, for example IIT advanced exam or IIT JEE kind of exam, where emphasis is on innovative and new questions. Here emphasis is not on new questions. Here most of the questions which are asked, they are lifted from the standard textbooks. But you need to do, syllabus is vast. You require a proper strategy to master this vast syllabus. Good. So we are starting today from our first course ODE and vector to give justice to the entire syllabus. Let us start from first module. Module 1, ordinary differential equations. One full question is asked, one full question plus one part in compulsory question. And vector analysis, typically one full question plus one in compulsory part. Ordinary differential equation, as far as textbook is concerned, I recommend SOM series book of Frank M. Ayers, a good book. And similarly for vector calculus also the same book, vector calculus, M.R. Spiegel, if I am not wrong. M.R. Spiegel is a very good book of SOM series only. The SOM series books will work for both the courses. They are great books. among us Indian writers, if you are having access to some book, definitely every book will work because syllabus is very standard kind of thing. Best books are A.N.M. Kapoor or E.M.D. Rai Singhania. Textbook, Indian writers. This is for ODE. A.N.M. Kapoor and M.D. Rai Singhania. Any one of them. Not both the books are required. But definitely you should have. This is good book. Frank Myers. That is better book. And for vector calculus, you can take any book. J.N. Sharma, or even vector calculus, you do not require anything other than Spiegel will work. But if you want to take, J.N. Sharma is also a good book for vectors or any other book. Good. So as far as the textbooks are concerned, I have told you. Now let us come, what is the content of the ordinary differential equation, on how we intend to do. Syllabus of ordinary differential equation, you must remember what is the syllabus. It starts from formulation of differential equations, unit 1, formulation of differential equation. First, the equations of first order, first degree. Equations of first order, first degree, and integrating factor. Integrating factors. This topic will require 2 classes of 2 hours each. It is in continuation of your 12th class syllabus, whatever you would have studied. I will just start talking about this topic in today's class itself. It will require 2 classes. DIAS conducts its classes in a very scientific manner. We have organized, you are not preparing for some university exam, you are preparing for civil services exam. Your objective is to understand the nitty-gritty of mathematics from examination point of view. Civil services examination asks certain standard of questions. You must be aware of the standard of the questions asked in the exam. For that purpose, we have organized all the questions asked in the last 20 years in the format of tutorial sheets. Our tutorial sheets describe horizontal, means how much is the spread of the syllabus and how deeper you have to go into the syllabus, and vertical depth of the syllabus. So our tutorial sheets define horizontal and vertical spread of the syllabus. So this particular topic, this module covers from TS22 to TS26 OD, and from 27, 28, 29 to the vectors. So try to understand, for this entire module, at the end of entire module, you will be in a position to answer two full questions, 2 compulsory parts, and they are covered in our tutorial sheet. So that whether our classes are conducted in a proper manner or not, you can easily check at the end of every topic. Like once unit 1 we finish within 2 classes, you will be in a position to answer all the questions which has been asked in the last 20 years from the unit 1, that is first order, first degree differential equations. Course is fast because the syllabus which has been prescribed in civil services examination, it is of typically 4-year degree course, 3 years of BSc and 1 year of master's degree. Many of the modules, many of the courses of the paper 2, for example fluid dynamics and rigid dynamics, kind of topics are taught in most of the universities in master's level. So if you have done BSc honors also, then also you are not in a position to catch the entire syllabus. So our task becomes very difficult, that 4-year duration courses which are taught in universities, we have to complete that in the duration of 6 months. So if we are very slow, we will not be in a position to complete the entire course. So because we have been completing entire course, we have devised a strategy where time frame has to be strictly followed. So this is the first unit Unit 2 we will extend differential equations of first order but higher degrees, Claret's forms, and then applications into orthogonal trajectories, etc. These kind of applications, that is the unit 2. This will also take about 2 classes because some good questions are asked from this topic. Then unit 3, second, higher order differential equations, higher order DE with constant coefficients, and higher order DE with variable coefficients. This is called higher order differential with constant coefficient and higher order differential equations, that is second order, third order differential equations with variable coefficients. This is also called, many of times this is also called Euler-Cauchy DE, which is called with variable coefficients. This we will be taking about 3 classes. 3 classes we will be requiring to 3 or 4 classes. 3 to 4 classes will be required to do this topic, very important topic. 3 to 4 classes, unit 3. Then unit 4 is your unit 4 are just equations of second order different variable coefficients, Euler-Cauchy equations, determination of complete solution, then variation of parameter method. It will require one class, one solution is known. Then unit 5 is Laplace transforms. This will require 2 classes. So here 2 classes, 2 classes 4, 3 classes 7 plus 1 class 8 plus 2 10 classes. And maybe if we take one more class, then it is 11 classes. Within 10 to 11 classes, tentatively within 10 to 11 2-hour classes we will be trying to complete A to Z of the course of ordinary differential equations, and then exactly similar way we will proceed for the. So this will take TS22, this will be TS23, this is TS23, this is TS24, this will be TS25, and this is 26. That is how tutorial series number 22 to 26 will cover all the 4 chapters. Good. I have given brief, fair enough analysis of the syllabus of course of ordinary differential equations. Now let us go to the subject matter directly. What are ordinary differential equations? How are they framed? If we have got any such kind of how we will be framing ordinary differential equations? If we have got something of this kind, fxy is equal to c. This is some curve of 2 variables. fxy is equal to c. It is some curve of 2 dimensions. Out of these 2, one variable can always be expressed in terms of other variables. So I can write y as a function of x, or I can also write x as a function of y. If I am writing y as a function of x, that means x is an independent variable, y becomes dependent variable, and here vice versa. Here I am treating x as a dependent variable, y as an independent variable. So now there could be different order derivatives involved. Typically, like if I call first derivative, I take dy by dx. This is also written as y dash. It is the first order derivative of y with respect to x. Second order derivative will be d2y by dx2. It is second order derivative. It is called y double dash. That is the notation we will be using. d3y by dx3, that we can call y triple dash, so on and so forth. So try to understand. Differential equations. If we want to form a differential equations, for example, let us take a equation of circles, generalized equation of circles having center at 0, 0 for simplicity. So x square plus y square is equal to r square. Here r is the radius, center is at 0, 0, is a locus. If I keep on changing r, then there could be different circles. This solution, this equation represents general equation of circles. Where r can be changed, I can generate different set of circles from this. So if we have to form the differential equation, parameter r can be removed. So try to appreciate. If I write 2x dx plus 2y dy is 0. If I treat as a constant, so definitely x dx plus y dy is equal to 0. Single parameter r is there. I can form a first order differential equation. This I could have written also. X plus y dy by dx is equal to 0. This is one kind of differential equation. Definitely differential equations could be, this could be your order of the, so two terms which you need to know what is order of differential equation. I will get back how I am going to frame. So try to understand, for ordinary differential equations there must be a function of just two variables. Out of that there is a one independent variable and one is a dependent variable. If there are just one independent variable, then the differential equation which will be forming is ordinary differential equation. But if there is a surface, for example, this kind of thing is there, fxy z is equal to c, then z can always be written as a function of xy. Then whatever the differential equation, here I will forming, because z will be dependent upon x also, z can be dependent upon y also. Then I can write del z by del x, that is partial, by finding out the change of z with respect to x keeping y constant, or finding out the change of z by keeping x constant. Del z by del y, they are partial derivatives. Then there could be different things, del 2z second, del x2, del 2z upon del y2, del 2z upon del x, del y, so on and so forth. So if we have got a surface of this kind, more than two variables, if the functions are of more than two variables, then we will be in a position to generate partial differential equations. In the subject matter of partial differential equations, functions can be of more than two variables. Then one dependent variable can always be written in terms of two or more than two independent variables. When number of independent variables are more than one, then the differential equation generated will be partial differential equations. But if there is any function containing just two variables, where one of them is independent, then we will be generating the ordinary differential equation. So try to understand, solution of ordinary differential equations will be a curve, while solution of partial differential equations will be a surface. We will talk in due course of time. So I will tell you how to frame partial differential equations. So if there is a one parameter, eliminate that parameter and we will generate the general solution. If I will write this, if I will solve this equation, then I will get this kind of solution, x square plus y square is equal to c. I would have written. If I will tell you how to solve it. So first of all, let us talk about two terms which are very important. What is the order of differential equation? Order of the differential equation means highest order derivative involved into the differential equation. This is the highest order derivative in terms of independent variable, derivative of dependent variable in terms of independent variable. Just quickly brush through, you already know from 12th class. Order. Then what is degree? Degree of a D is nothing, the power of highest order derivative. It is the power of highest order derivative. If highest order derivative involved is second order derivative and the power is 3, then it will be, if some differential equation is there, try to appreciate, if this kind of equation is there, d2y by dx2 raised to power 3 plus dy by dx raised to power 4, a1 a2 some constant plus a3 y is 0, something of this kind of differential equation is there, a1 d2y upon dx2 raised to power 3 dy by dx raised to power 4 plus a3y where a1 a2 a3 are constants. What is the order of this differential equation? Order means highest order derivative involved. Here highest order derivative involved is second order, so order is 2, order of the above d is 2, and what is degree? What is degree? Degree, now try to see, highest order derivative is second order, power of that is 3, so here degree is 3, not degree is not 4, degree here is 3. So that is what, you are aware all those things from your 12th class knowledge. I was just, because whenever I will say first order first degree, that means order is derivative involved is first order and the power of that is also first power. Whenever I will be doing the unit 2, then it will be first order derivative involved is first order, but degree may be more than 1. That is how the higher degree differential equation the second unit will be dealing. Whenever I will be taking the questions, then it will be clear to you how to formulate a differential equation from the given thing. Typically, if one arbitrary constant is involved into the solution, then we will formulate a first order equation. If there are two arbitrary constants involved, then there will be a second order differential equation. For example, if I say something is this a sine kx, where a and k are arbitrary constants, then if a and let us say or b, y is equal to a sine bx, or I would have called y is equal to a sine x plus b cos x. So there are two arbitrary constants involved, a and b can assume any values. Then because there are two arbitrary constants involved, I have to eliminate in order to get the solution. If I have to formulate the differential equations from this, one of them is dependent variable, y is a dependent variable, x is an independent variable. So definitely it will be generating ordinary differential equation. Because there are two arbitrary constants are involved, therefore this equation will be typically second order. We have to eliminate a and b both in order to generate the differential equation. So for example, here if I have to generate the differential equation, then dy by dx will be your a cos bx, ab cos bx, and d2y by dx2 must be your once again ab minus ab square sin bx. Good. So now I have to eliminate a and b both from there. So try to understand. Now I have to eliminate a and b both from here. Sin bx becomes y by a, sin y by a. So it becomes simply minus b square y. So d2y by dx2 plus b square y could be 0 because a and b are arbitrary constants. I could have written this solution, plus b square y could be 0. We could have formulated a differential equation if something of this kind is there, y is equal to a sin bx. This may represent a family of curves, family of conic sections. By giving arbitrary value to a and b, it may represent family of curves. But if I give a particular value to a and b, it will be a particular solution. So general solution of ordinary differential equation. Now two terms will be coming across. Two important terms are what is order and what is degree. Then two other terms are what is a general solution and what is particular solution. General solution of any differential equation, ordinary differential equation, represents family of curves. And the particular solution means whatever the arbitrary constant is involved into the solution. If it is one order differential equation, there will be one arbitrary constant involved. If there are second order differential equation, two arbitrary constants involved, higher order differential equations, other whatever is the order, similar kind of arbitrary constants involved. If we assign particular value to arbitrary constants, then it represents a particular member of that particular family. For example, if x square plus y, if I have shown the earlier differential equation x plus y dy by dx is equal to 0, then solution could have been written into the format of x square plus y square is equal to c. If x square plus y square is equal to c, if c I take different values, any value of c, it is a family of circles, but a particular value of c will be a particular member of that family. That is what the general solution and particular solution of any differential equations tells you. So you must read all those things from the book. Basically, if you will follow the SOM series book, Indian writer books are sort of the proper theoretical background, and UPSC examination requires that you must have a proper theoretical understanding of everything. Why differential equations are formed, why the purpose of differential equations, and because it is a beginning and I have to immediately go to the topic, so I am not focusing on too much on the theory. First I want to give you a feel of the problems which are asked in the exam, then I will be emphasizing on more on the theoretical aspect of the course, and I will keep on emphasizing. My purpose is this entire course is taught by me and my young faculty. My purpose is to give you the theoretical background. I will be professing the course, and the problem solving and other kind of aspects will be taken care by my young faculty. But definitely whatever the concepts I will be explaining, I will try to explain, illustrate them by the help of solving the real questions which have been asked in the exam. But many other questions in the tutorial sheets will be worked out by my young faculty. So we want to give you the fair enough background of what is expected out of you in any course. The way we are going to conduct the course of ordinary differential equation in similar manner and similar fashion over all other courses of mathematics are also conducted. Since last 20 years, I have been teaching the applied portions of mathematics. Definitely I have never branded myself as a teacher of mathematics, but I myself took the exam with physics and mathematics as an optionals. Physics is always written into the language of mathematics. Your physics cannot be good if your mathematics is not good. Mathematics is essential, and mathematics is a very good subject. Mathematics is a very good subject. I invite all of you to do the course with a proper planning and following a schedule. Okay, so now I am just straight away going to my first unit, first chapter. First unit, unit 1. ODE of first order, first degree. How many topics are included? This is all questions we have covered in the tutorial sheet number 22, which will be sent to you. This covers just 4 kind of differential equations and reducible to those 4 formats. What is this? First is 1.1, very simple, it starts from separation of variables, or called variable separable form. Definitely in UPSC exam, rarely 10-15 years back they used to ask the questions on variable separable. Rarely they ask. Whatever the question they will be asking, they will be reducible to variable separable. So if 1.1 is this, 1.1a I can say reducible to variable separable. So what is variable separable? I can tell you first order, first degree. So equation could be of this format: dy by dx plus fxy maybe 0. So if I can write this whole equation, if I can write into the format f of y dy is your gx dx. If I can write fxy, if fxy I can write into this particular format. If fxy can be written in the format of your gx by fy, or multiplication of something of this sort, or fy gx format, any one of these format, then I can always write, if fxy can be written into the format of gx by fy or fy into gx format, then I can always write this format into fy dy gx dx. General solution can be always obtained by integrating both the sides. integrating both the sides. Only caution you need to put is that they are indefinite integrals, hence they will involve an arbitrary constant c. Whenever we write down the solution, this will involve an arbitrary constant c. This side will be function of y, this side will be function of x, y as a function of x plus c, where c is an arbitrary constant. That is what everybody knows. But what UPSC expects, whenever we will write down the final answer, you need to interpret what does the one line will make the answer different from all others. What does the solution typically represent? If there is one arbitrary constant, then it is a general solution and represents family of conic sections. But if it is a particular value has been assigned, some boundary condition has been assigned here, then it will be a particular member of that family. So all those things you need to emphasize to add value to your particular answer. So value addition will always fetch you half mark or 1 mark extra. So that is how you have to make your answer different in mathematics also from all others. Unless you make your answer different from the everybody else, you are not going to be given extraordinary marks. If you are expecting extraordinary marks in mathematics also, then also your answer has to be different from everybody else, and try to learn that thing. We will keep on telling you what is required from examination point of view. So very simple. I will be just taking the problem, then you will appreciate. Definitely in 12th class also you would have done lot of variable separable and reducible to variable separable kind of form. So to illustrate, just to illustrate, this was the question asked in 2004 exam. That is the question number in my tutorial sheet. That is the question number 4. Question number 4 asked in 2005 exam for 12 marks. This is xy dy by dx, xy dy by dx is equal to root x square plus y square minus x square y square minus x square y square minus 1. xy dy by dx is equal to root x square plus y square minus x square y square minus 1. This was asked in 2005 for 12 marks. So try to appreciate how I am going to do this. X square this, so it is x square 1 minus y square minus, if I take common 1, it is 1 minus y square. So it is nothing, root x square minus 1 minus y square, correct? So it will be your x y dy by dx. So try to appreciate how I can write y dy upon root 1 minus y square is equal to root x square minus 1 dx upon x. Good. So now try to appreciate, this side is a pure function of y, this side is a pure function of x. I have reduced this problem to a variable separable. It is a typically variable separable format by little manipulation. Now you integrate both the sides. This integration, this, that will give you the general solution plus arbitrary constant c. I hope you can integrate y dy upon root 1 minus y square, root x square minus 1 upon x dx plus this easily integrable thing. Whatever you will be getting, that will be its general solution, because if you can assign any value to c, it will represent set of conic sections. These are typical questions. These days these kind of questions are rarely asked. To just illustrate, I have started variable separable question because our sheet contains questions from 2003 onwards. Our sheet contains questions from 2003 onwards. Then another question in 2007. This was question number 4 of my sheet number 22. Then next is question number variable separable, question number 8. Question number 8 asked in 2007 exam. Question number 8 asked in 2007 exam. Question number 8. Question number 8 asked in 2007 exam for 12 marks. Question number 8. What is question number 8? Solve dy by y plus xy square plus xy square dx एक्स वाई स्क्वायर डी एक्स इज इक्वल टू minus 4x dx. First of all, looking at the question, you try to appreciate this question is first order first degree, so definitely it is falling into the first chapter. In first chapter there are only four forms of questions. In first chapter there are only four kind of questions. One I am doing variable separable and definitely reducible to variable separable. Next will be your homogeneous, next will be your exact, and next will be your linear. Only there are four kind of differential equations will be working out. 1.2 I will call homogeneous, then 1.3 I will call exact, and definitely here non-homogeneous also I can take, non-homogeneous also I can take, exact D, and 1.4 will be linear D and reducible to linear, reducible to linear. Sometimes reducible to linear equations are also goes by name Bernoulli's equation. I will tell you what is Bernoulli's equation. So I am just telling you how to identify a question and feel confident. It is first order first degree, that means it has to fall within this. Simplest solution of this is in terms of variable separable. So I can make this equation as a variable separable. Try to appreciate. So if I write first of all dx, let us take all the dx, 1 into dy by y is equal to, I take this particular side, or that will become x 4x minus x y square dx. That is how I have taken this particular side. So try to appreciate. If I take x common, if I take here x common, then it will become minus x common, then it will become 4 plus y square dx, and here it is dy by y. So try to appreciate. If I take this side also, dy by y 4 plus y square is equal to minus x dx. Once again this is a function of y, this side is a pure function of x. Integrate both the sides. I hope you must know how to integrate this in partial fractions. You can get the solution of this. This is also a question from the book. Separation of variables. Good. I hope everybody, I assume everybody knows the 12th class things. You know how to integrate and how to differentiate. I am not going to tell you these kind of things. Definitely solution can be obtained afterwards. So these were variable separable. Now simplest, you practice questions from the sheet directly, because you need not waste your time on doing these kind of things. Directly first attack sheet TS22, which deals with 1.1 variable separable, 1.1a I call reducible to variable separable, reducible to variable separable forms. 1.2 we will talk about homogeneous differential equations. Here also I will talk about non-homogeneous differential equations, that also. 1.3 I will call exact D, then I will call reducible to, this is 1.2a, this is 1.3a, reducible to exact, and 1.4 is linear differential equations, and 1.4a reducible to linear by some substitution, reducible to linear also called Bernoulli's forms. So that is what is the entire syllabus. Variable separable I have demonstrated, reducible to variable separable also I have demonstrated. Whenever the questions will keep on coming, I will keep on demonstrating, or my other faculty will also demonstrate, that in first chapter there are only four kind of differential equations and reducible to these four forms. So what are they? Quickly let us get back. What is homogeneous differential equation? If a differential equation of this particular format, Try to appreciate. If I would have written fxy dx plus gxy dy is 0. If this is kind of differential equations, I would have also written this. Try to appreciate. Dy by dx plus gxy upon fxy is 0. Something of this format I would have written, or minus. I would have written something of this format. This is also first order, first degree differential equation. Homogeneous means gxy and fxy, both the functions are of same degree. Same degree means if it is having x square y square, then definitely it may have xy cube or x cube y, then both the functions are of the same thing. They are called homogeneous. So which way, another way I would have called these functions gxy or fxy, they must be expressible into the format of y by x, or I would have called lambda times lambda is an integer, lambda times of n f of yx. Good. If I am able to do that, it is a homogeneous equation. For example, here if I this is fourth degree, x square y square means fourth degree terms are involved. If I divide by x4, if I divide here by x4 everywhere, then this term will become y by x whole square, and here also if I am dividing by x4, then it will become y by x whole cube plus y by x. If I am dividing by x4, so here it will become y square y by x whole square. I can similarly write, simply I can write. So everything can be expressed in terms of y by x. Y by x, okay, just hold on, y by x, everything can be written in terms of y by x format. If I can write this format, this will be called your homogeneous differential equations. How to work out homogeneous differential equation? So homogeneous differential equation typically I call dy by dx must be expressible into the format of f of y by x. If I can write like this, any number could be here, then it is a homogeneous differential equation. General solution is obtained by just assuming y by x is v. Let general solution is obtained by assuming y by x is v. Then what becomes? Y becomes vx, dy by dx becomes dy by dx will become vx plus x dv by dx. So try to appreciate, this will be reducing to lambda is any constant. This will be easily reducible to variable separable. Dy by dx will become v plus x dv by dx. This becomes f of v, lambda raised to power n, some constant terms, lambda raised to power f of v. So definitely I can always write x dv by dx is lambda raised to power v fv minus v. So dv upon lambda is any fv minus v is equal to dx upon x. So what it becomes? It is simply fv dv is your gx dx, variable separable. So homogeneous differential equation by having the substitution y by x is equal to v can always be written, a generalized solution can always be obtained by reducing it to the variable separable. So this is also reducible to variable separable, then the method is same. These are homogeneous. Good. Whenever the questions will be there, I will be exactly talking to you, illustrating to you in terms of this. Let me just see which question is reducible to homogeneous. Reducible to homogeneous. Try to appreciate. Question number 10. Question number 10 asked in 2009 exam. 2009 exam for 12 marks. What is this question number 10? Question number 10 is solve dy by dx is equal to y square x minus y upon 3xy square minus x square y minus y cube. Try to appreciate. Here is also all terms involving 30 degree. Here also all terms are involving 30 degree. That is why it is homogeneous. That is what I was trying to convey in my first part also. If I have not been able to appreciate, that is why I am taking the illustration what is homogeneous equation. Here is also 30 degree, here is also 30 degree. They can be always expressed in terms of y by x. Try to appreciate how I am going to convert into y by x format. So y square x minus 1. So divide by your x square. If I take here x common, try to appreciate. If I take here y square x, how I will reduce it? Y square x, if I take common, 1 minus y by x, and here if I take once again, if I take here x cube, if I divide by x cube, then it will become, if you write y square by x square format, I am going to write. Try to appreciate. I divide by x cube, let us say I divide by x cube. So I am doing y by x square, 1 minus y by x, I have divided by x cube. So here if also I divide by x cube, then 3y square upon x square minus, I am dividing both by x cube. So if I divide by x cube, this is minus y by x minus y by x whole cube. Good. Now if I assume, immediately by looking at the differential equation, I have come to know this homogeneous differential equation. So I have to divide it by, this is 30 degree term, I have divided by x cube, denominator and numerator, this becomes this format. So if I take y by x is v, so if y by x is v, dy by dx will become, what will become? V plus x dv by dx. It is v plus x dv by dx. Good. Is equal to nothing, v square 1 minus v upon 3v square minus v cube. Try to understand, my purpose is worked out. This side is a pure function of, this is your x dv by dx. You further simplify this, v square minus v cube minus, it will be 3v cube plus v square minus plus v4 divided by 3v square minus v cube. Good. So check what you get. You get x dv by dx will be v4 minus how many v cube? 3v cube minus v cube, 4v cube. Just check the calculations. Plus v square, 2v square plus 2v square, good, upon v cube minus 3v square plus v and minus common. That is also I would have put. So try to appreciate. If I take v common everywhere, this is v cube minus 4v square. In fact, if I would have taken plus 2v upon minus v square minus 3v plus 1, that is your x dv by dx. Now I have reduced this equation to the variable separable. You can easily write minus v square minus 3v plus 1 upon v cube minus 4v square. In fact, v would have further taken common, then it will become v square minus 4v plus 2 v dv is equal to dx by x. Now it is the question of your integration. I have reduced such a big equation to the simply now you can integrate, divide into the partial fractions and integrate. This is the question of basically reduces to the question of integration. So that is the homogeneous differential equations. Those kind of things you need to work out. So that was my second kind of differential equations. Now 1.2a I am calling non-homogeneous equations D. What do I mean by this? This I mean if dy by dx is of this kind of functions ax plus by plus c upon ax plus by plus capital C. Definitely they are non-homogeneous due to this c. If small c and capital C are not there, then it is ax plus by upon capital Ax plus by. They are simply your homogeneous differential equations. C makes them non-homogeneous. So I have to eliminate c. Purpose is to eliminate c and reduce them to the homogeneous format. First order first degree equations, so dy by dx is only there. This kind of any kind of such functions could be there. So how we proceed about this kind of thing? Very simple. Substitute ax is equal to some ax plus h. H could be any integer. Y could be your y plus k. Definitely from here it should be clear to you that dy by dx, whatever the new variables I am introducing, this dy by dx will be nothing dy by dx if I write like this. So substitute into this. So your dy by dx will become your dy by dx and ax reverse. Ax I would have taken h x plus h, y I would have taken h y plus k. Then dy by dx will become simply dy by dx. So it is ax will become h ax plus h plus b y plus k plus small c. Here I will write capital A x plus h plus b y plus k plus c, which is nothing, which is straightforward ax plus by upon ax plus by plus ah plus bk plus c plus a here ah plus bk plus c capital C here, this is capital C. H and k are my additions. I have chosen arbitrary constant h and k. I can choose h and k in such a way that these two terms are 0. I can choose h and k in such a way that ah plus bk plus c ah plus bk plus capital C is 0. Solve them, then get h and k. So definitely this equation reduces if I put them to 0. I'm just illustrating the format. Then this equation becomes 2, given equation becomes 2, dy by dx is equal to ax plus y. Definitely same, I could have easily written a plus b upon y by x, a plus b upon y by x. It is homogeneous equation now. It is now, I have reduced it to the homogeneous equation. Let y by x is v and solution will be easily obtained. That was the second kind of differential equation. Definitely whenever it will be coming, I will see in that sheet if there is any such question. If there is any such question in the sheet, I will love to do it. Okay, I do not see any such question. When I will be working out the complete set, I will let you know. That was 1.2. Now let me go to the straight. What is the exact differential equation? 1.3 exact differential equation. Equation of this format: m dx, m may be function of xy plus n as a function of xy, dy is 0. This kind of differential equation may be called exact differential equation if this whole differential equation can be written as a perfect differential. If I write right of this set, definitely this equation may have a solution. If this will have a solution, then solution could be fxy is equal to c. Then if this equation, if I am able to write this as a complete differential, if I am able to write m xy dx plus nxy dy is equal to 0 as df. df is called exact differential or perfect differential. If it is so, where f is a function of xy, definitely solution will be function of xy, then the solution will be df is equal to 0, solution will become df of xy, fxy is equal to constant, right of reset. General solution will become fxy is equal to constant. This is differential equation solution. If this can be written into the format of df, perfect differential, then this differential equation will be called exact differential. I will illustrate what is the meaning of this. Definitely if df is equal to 0, solution will be fxy is equal to c. So df is to be the exact differential, then it could be always written as, because f is a function of xy and is a perfect differential, then how f can be changed? Complete change, perfect change in f can be obtained by keeping y constant or keeping x constant. So del f by del x, by changing f by with respect to x, keeping y constant, dx plus del f by del y dy. If f is a function of two variables, then complete change in f, which I call perfect differential, can be obtained. I should know how f changes with respect to x and how f changes with respect to y. If it is so, if this would have been written, this whole thing could be written in the format of df, solution is easily obtained fxy is equal to c format. This is exact. So definitely if you compare from here, then this will be of the format of em dx plus n dy df. So em is your del f by del x, en is your del f by del y. For this to be exact, it must be written into the format of perfect differential, and for writing this into the format of perfect differential, one must be perfect differential or exact differential mathematically. Physically means it must be a state variable. F must be a variable of state. That means it only should depends upon initial and final condition. If I have to get the change in f df, then it only depends upon initial condition and final condition. F at f minus f at I. Whenever it is df, then integration will become f, which could be written as f at final state minus f at I. It is independent of path. So exact differential means, physically speaking, it is a path independent function, and mathematically how I will represent path independent function? Path independent function will be written, the derivative, whether I write del f by del x, this del by del f by del x must be equal to your del of del x of del f by del y. If it is so, then only this whole function can be written into this particular format. This is prerequisite, and this is path independence. This is path independence of f, path independence of f, or mathematically speaking calling it exact differential. So what it becomes, if the equation I call m dx plus n dy, this condition reduces to del m by del y is del n by del x. So if this condition is satisfied, if the equation is given of this particular format m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, then we can always find out a function fxy is equal to c, and if this condition is satisfied, del m by del y is equal to del n by del x, then equation is said to be exact differential equation. Whatever the solution will represent, that will be representing path independent functions, and try to appreciate how the solution will be obtained. So summarize what is exact differential equation. If this equation is of this format, m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, this is said to be exact for equation 1 to be exact. Del m by del y must be equal to del n by del x. Good. How to get the solution? How to get the solution? How to get the solution? Solution is very straightforward. I have obtained this. If I can write this equal to df, df is your m dx plus n dy was 0, then fxy is equal to c is a general solution. Is a general solution. If I can write m dx plus n dy is equal to df, if I am able to write this equation is equal to df, then fxy is equal to c is the general solution. So how I will get this solution? How I will get this solution? So very straightforward. What is m? Del f by del x is m, and del f by del y is your n. Good. M and n are known to you. So partially integrate here. I partially integrate with respect to x. So whenever I will integrate, fxy will be obtained as integration with respect to x, m dx, with this integration with respect to x plus constant of integration. That constant of integration will be function of y plus g of y. This is what? Plus g of y. Good. This is g of y. Now how to get this g of y? Question is how to get g of y. So you do nothing. fxy is the solution. Right, appreciate. Plus definitely constant of integration here. This gy, if I find out gy, then the solution is obtained. For that purpose, if I call this to partially differentiate this with respect to y, del f upon del y will be equal to del y of em dx, whatever the things, plus del g upon del y, plus del g upon del y. You know what is del f upon del y? Del f upon del y is n. Del f upon del y is n. This value is known to you. You can simplify and get g from here. I will illustrate how this is done. Try to understand what how I am telling you. Del f by del x is equal to m. Partially integrate with respect to x. fxy will become m dx plus g of y. Now you need to find out only g of y here. For finding out g of y, what I do? I have to differentiate this with respect to y, and solution is written. Illustrating. I am going to illustrate. From the real example, I am going to illustrate this. So let me just check which is the question from this format, which is the exact differential equation. Let me get the exact differential equation. Let me just check the exact differential equation. Let me get an exact differential equation. We must know the exact differential equation. And definitely, so solution of this is straightforward, exact. If I have written some solution for this, then let me just quickly give you the summarize. We will get back whenever the equations will be coming, then I will be talking about exact differential equations. then 1.3 is reducible to exact. Reducible to exact. Equations themselves may not be exact. May not be exact means equations of this format m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Not exact means del m by del y is not equal to del n by del x, not equal to this. Then I can reduce them to exact differential equation by finding out its integrating factor. We have to find out their integrating factor by multiplying them with integrating factor. I will explain what is this integrating factor. They can be reduced to exact. Equations themselves are not reduced, but by multiplying with integrating factor they can be reduced to exact. So integrating factors are some functions which will make this transform. If I multiply by those functions the differential equation, then this differential equation reduces to a desired format. Like if it is exact differential equation, it may be reduced to exact. So those are the integrating factors for exact differential equations. For example, there are 4 kind of things. Theory I will go in next class, but I am just illustrating. If there are 4 such kind of things, rule 1. I am giving you 4 rules into this. Rule 1. Differential equations are this format. If mx plus ny, if mx plus ny is not 0, if mx plus ny is not 0, an equation is homogeneous and DE is homogeneous. I have already illustrated what is the homogeneous. Homogeneous means numerator and denominator of the differential equation, whatever the terms are involved, they are of the same degree, can be expressed in the format of y by x. If it is homogeneous and if mx plus ny cannot be 0, then integrating factor is 1 upon mx plus ny. I will give you the proof of them in the next class. Today I am just giving you the exact rules so that we can work out the problem and illustrate. After illustration we will get back how these integrating factors are. What are integrating factors? That means these factors, if I multiply the differential equation by these factors, if I multiply by 1 by mx plus ny, if this is homogeneous, and if I multiply by 1 by mx plus ny, then this equation will be reducing to whatever this will be reducing to a exact differential equation. Like if I divide mxy by 1 by mx plus ny, ny upon 1 by mx plus ny dy, it is a exact differential equation. This is rule 1. Rule 2 is if mx minus ny is not 0. Rule 1, I am just repeating, equations reducible to exact. Not exact themselves, equations of this format, em dx plus en dy 0, del m by del y is not equal to del n by del x, that is reducible. Now I am saying here, if equation was, if m dx plus en dy was 0 of homogeneous type and mx plus ny was not 0, then integrating factor was 1 by mx plus ny. Remember this. 2, this was rule 1. Rule 2, if equation is of the format, equation is of form, what form? M y dx plus n x dy is 0. Definitely m and y, n are the functions of x and y, and mx minus ny is not 0, then integrating factor is 1 upon mx minus ny. Rule 3, if the equation is of this format, 1 by en del m by del y minus del n by del x is equal to function of x. If this is a function of x, then integrating factor is e raised to power fx dx. Rule 4, same, 1 by m del n by del x minus del m by del y is function of x g of x, then integrating factor is e raised to power gx dx. Remember, it is also this is sorry f x, this is gy, this is gy, sorry, this is gy, this is gy dy. This is integrating factor. This is rule 4. They have to remember, try to understand until and unless derivation is asked. You did not think in terms of derivations. Integrating factors are the factors which multiplied into differential equation, they make the differential equation exact. But so this is 4. Rule 5. Rule 5. Rule 5. If the differential equation is of the format Rule 5, remember, if the differential equation could be written x raised to power a, y raised to power b, my dx plus nx dy plus x raised to power h, y raised to power k, x raised to power h, y raised to power k, py dx plus qx dy is 0. If this is written into this particular format, if this is written is this particular format, then integrating factor is, then if is something, it is a, it is b, it is h, it is k. Then integrating factor is any x raised to power r, y raised to power, yes. These are the few rules for the exact differential equations which are not exact but can be reduced to the exact format. These are 5 kind of rules. And try to remember one thing, as a corollary I am telling you that if a differential equation is having an integrating, there is no uniqueness in integrating factor. A differential equation can have infinitely many number of integrating factors. Purpose of integrating factor is that I can easily find out the, if I multiply the differential equation by that factor, I can easily reduce the differential equation to the exact differential equation, and solution can be easily written to the format of fxy is equal to c, which will represent set of conic sections, family of conic sections. Good. So that was my third kind of differential equations. That was third kind of differential equations. I will illustrate this by your question number, just let me see. This question is reducible to exact y dx. Try to appreciate. Question number 9. Question number 9. I was trying to do question number 9. Asked in 2008 exam. 2008 exam. 12 marks. 12 marks. Y dx, mdx plus ndy plus x x cube y square. You will also get the seat, don't worry. X cube y square dy 0. क्या? mdx plus ndy 0. mdx plus ndy is of this format. Let us check whether del m by del y is equal to del n by del x. Definitely. What is the format? देखिए, mxy y dx plus nxy x dy. X if I take common here, very well. X I take common, 1 plus x square y square. 1 plus x square. This was not homogeneous. Try to appreciate, first part was not homogeneous equation either. These functions were not homogeneous functions. So I have written this equation is of this format, y dx plus this is, so mxy here is 1. Compare, mxy is 1, nxy is 1 plus x square y square. Definitely. And if I would have taken mdx plus ndy, it is not del m by del y. Del m by del y is only 1 is not equal to del n by del x. It is very clear to me. If I would have taken this m and this n, then del m by del y is not equal to del n by del x. So it is not, but it is of the format em dx. So I have checked it is what format? mxy y dx plus nxy x dy is equal to 0. So compare mxy is 1, nxy is this, and mx. So if this kind of thing is there, then I need to check whether mx minus ny, what is mx minus ny? What is mx minus x minus y, ny, that is y minus x square y cube, correct? This is non-zero. This is non-zero. If it is non-zero, then integrating factor is 1 by mx minus ny, that is 1 by x minus y minus x cube, minus x square y cube. My integrating factor is correct. Only proof will be if I multiply the equation by this integrating factor. If I multiply the equation by this integrating factor, then it must turn out to be an exact differential equation. So I multiply by this. It is y x minus y minus x square y cube dx plus x 1 plus x square y square upon x minus y minus x square y cube dy 0. This is the format. Minus x is the n was okay. No, m was your, try to check m x minus ny x minus कहाँ पर
एम एक्स माइनस एन वाई में सर
एम
1 बाई एक्स क्यूब वाई क्यूब कैलकुलेट एक बार करने से कर ली जाएगा
एम एक्स माइनस एन वाई, ठीक है, एम एक्स
हमारा जो है ना वाई है एक्स वाई कॉमन है,
ये एक्स वाई है ना, राइट?
एक्स वाई कॉमन,
एम क्या था? एम वाज योर वाई, सॉरी, एम इज योर वाई एंड एन इज माई एक्स 1 plus, that is what I am writing, x square y square. So mx will become, try to appreciate, if mistake is committed then answer will not follow. Mx will become xy minus ny will become xy. Mx will become xy minus xy minus x cube y cube. Good. So it is minus x cube. This is integrating factor, because if I will commit mistake, answer will not follow. So try to appreciate. 1 by mx minus ny, that is integrating factor is minus 1 by x cube y cube. I multiply this equation. I multiply this equation by this. So y dx, I am not writing that is minus x cube y cube, I am demonstrating, plus x 1 plus x square y square dy is 0. This is the multiplying by the integrating factor. Now try to appreciate what it becomes. Now it becomes minus 1 by x cube y square dx, okay, or minus की no need, minus I can take out that side, plus 1 by x square y cube 1 plus x square y square dy is 0. Good. So now of this is of the format em dx plus en dy is 0. Now check, has my substitution worked? Has my integrating factor is able to reduce this equation to the exact format? Now m is this. M is my 1 by x cube y square, that is x cube y square raised to power minus 1. Now what is del m by del y? What is del m by del y? Tell me what is this? It is your, basically it is x raised to power minus 3 y raised to power minus 2. So it will become your x raised to power minus 3 minus 2 y raised to power minus 3. It is nothing, minus 2 upon x cube y cube. Good. That is del m by del y. And what is my n? My n is 1 upon x square y cube plus x square y square upon x square y cube, that is your 1 by y. That was my n. So what is del n by del x? Del n by del x is 1 by y cube. X raised to power minus 2, that is minus 2 upon x cube. Good. So it is nothing, minus 2 upon x cube y cube. So look, integrating factor reduces the equation to the exact differential equation. Del m by del y is equal to del n by del x. Whatever I wanted to illustrate by the concept of integrating factor, that is clear to you. I hope it will be clear to you. So by multiplying by the integrating factor, I have reduced the equation to the exact differential equation. Now the procedure is same. Now I am illustrating how this equation is worked out. So try to appreciate. M is my x minus 3 y minus 2, and n is what? What is n? X minus 2 y minus 3 plus y minus 1. Correct? That is n. That is n. Good. So try to see how I am going to work them out. I am going to work them out. Now how to work out a exact equation. Now my equation has been reduced to, same equation has reduced to x minus 3 y minus 2 dx plus x minus 2 y minus 3 plus y minus 1 dy is 0. This is m dx plus n dy is 0. It is exact equation. Equation 1 is exact because del m by del y is del n by del x is what? Minus 2 upon x cube y cube. Proved. Now try to see how to find out the solution. How to find out the solution. How to, this will illustrate the solution of exact equation also. How to get general solution. So we know del m by del y is equal to minus 2 x raised to power minus 3 y raised to power minus 3. Partially integrate with respect to y. Partially integrate this with respect to your yes, this is your exact, then del m by dm and n are known to you. Now I need to work them out. Partially this was your m dx plus n dy, del m by del y. Now I have to get the solution. Partially integrate with respect to y, correct? So
सॉल्यूशन निकालना था, m फाइंड नहीं
I am नहीं फाइंड करना था को
डायरेक्टली सर उसको एग्जैक्ट बन गया.
एग्जैक्ट तो बन गया. अब m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Then okay, now solution is there. M dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Then it must be written as a function of, try to appreciate. I have to get the solution of this. So your m is your solution will be written. M was your del f by del x. F is a solution. F is a solution. So m is your del f by del x. So your solution will be written. What was m? M is my x minus 3 y minus 2. That is your m. So integrate with respect to x. Partially integrate with respect to x. Good. So fxy, this f will become minus x raised to power minus 3 y raised to power minus 2 dx plus any constant which is a function of y. So that will be the solution. So try to appreciate f is a solution. Then that will become minus y raised to power minus 2 x raised to power minus 3 x raised to power minus 3 plus 1, that is upon minus 2. Good. So minus plus, so minus your plus 1 by 2, if I am not wrong, 1 by 2 x square y square plus g of y. Good. That is your f. So fxy is a solution. This is a function of xy. This will be a solution. That is what I have illustrated. M and n has been obtained. M was this, and n is what? N is this. Let us place it. I need to find out gy. If I know gy, then solution has been obtained. So do nothing. Del f by del y. What is del f by del y? Is n. Is n. And what is n? N is my x minus 2 or 1 by ax square y cube plus y, right? This is what is n? N is your 1 by, sorry, what is n? N is your 1 by ax square y cube plus 1 by y. That is n. That is LF by del y. I am trying to get this. And now I am differentiating with respect to y. So what it will become here? 1 by 2x square y raised to power minus 2. Y raised to power minus 2 is minus 1 by y. Minus 1 by y. Plus del g upon del y. Del g upon del y. Good. So try to appreciate. This is x square y cube. Now I can simply get from here del g upon del y will be equal to 1 by x square. Check the calculation. 1 by x square y cube plus 1 by y plus 1 by 2x square y. If I am correct, this was y raised to power minus 2. Whenever I have integrated y raised to power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1, this is this. So this is your del g by del y. Now if I take here, now I have to integrate this. In order to get g, I have to integrate with respect to y. I have to integrate with respect to y. Del f by, good. Now I need to integrate with respect to y. So g of y, I have to, in order to get g as a function of y, I need to integrate with respect to y. So g I will get as a function of y. 1 by x square y raised to power minus 3, y raised to power minus 3, that is y raised to power minus 3, that is y raised to power minus 2 divided by minus 2. I hope you can integrate this. 1 by y is ln y plus 1 by 2x square, or in fact I would have written here plus 1 by 2x square ln y. That is your gy. So try to appreciate the complete solution will become, the complete solution of this equation will become fxy, which was the solution, which would have been 1 by 2x square y square plus cross check the calculations minus 1 by 2 x square y square, same thing, plus 1 by 2x square ln y, plus definitely I would have used is equal to c. This cancels out. I would have written solution is 1 plus 1 by 2x square ln y is equal to c. This is the general solution of the different equations, where c you have to write c is an arbitrary constant, it represents the family of conic sections. That is how these kind of differential equations are worked out. I have given you the complete overview of 3 kind of differential equations in today's class, because I have taken more than 50. कट कर दें यहाँ से, कट कर दें इसको, कट कर दें मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ. मैं चौथा भी ख़त्म कर देता हूँ. मैं चौथा भी एक ओवरव्यू दे देता हूँ ताकि पूरा चैप्टर ख़त्म हो जाए. जो मुझे करना है मैं कर देता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं 2 घंटे में पूरी चैप्टर ख़त्म करता हूँ. ठीक है जी. और इस पोर्शन को बस कट कर दीजिएगा. आखिरी से बता दूंगा कहाँ से कट करना है. इसमें मैंने जितना बता दिया बहुत है. So far we have discussed 3 different kind of differential equations in reducible format. First was your variable separable, reducible to variable separable. Then I have told you homogeneous equations. Then we have done non-homogeneous equations. Then we have gone to the exact differential equations, and I have explained what do we mean by exact differential equations. and reducible to exact differential equations. More illustrations will be done whenever we will be taking up various problems. In today's class I just tried to illustrate you how we have to proceed. We need not waste much time. Directly we should go into the kind of questions which has been asked in the exam. You can visit our website dashindia.com and download the tutorial sheets. These tutorial sheets are the best way. I have devoted lot of time and energy in formulating these tutorial sheets, in arranging the questions according to the chapterization. So if you are doing first order, first degree differential equations, then you must be in a position to answer the entire sheet at the end of today's class. So now last of today's class is linear differential equations. 1.4 linear differential equations. What are linear differential equations? Linear differential equations, any equation of this format, dy by dx plus px, any function px into y. This differential equation is of dependent variable y with respect to x. Dx by dy plus px y is equal to q of x. Any such differential equation is called linear differential equation. How to find out the solution of this kind of equations? Definitely general solution is, first I am giving you the solution, then I will give the explanation. General solution is y into integrating factor is equal to q into integrating factor dx plus constant of integration. What is this integrating factor? What is integrating factor? IF. Integrating factor is nothing, e raised to power px dx. So as far as the problem you need to solve, you can easily write dy by dx. If this is the format, and vice versa could be also there, I could have made this format also, dx by dy. If I choose x as a dependent variable, y as an independent variable, I have written py x is equal to q of y. Then the solution will become x into integrating factor will be q into y, q of y, integrating factor dy plus c. Here integrating factor will be e raised to power your py dy. That is all. This is alternative. I am explaining how it is obtained. First of all, this is the working method. If this kind of differential equation is anywhere, we can call the linear differential equation of first order, first degree. General solution can be obtained. Y we have to work out for this. Y into integrating factor is q into integrating factor dx plus c, vice versa. Then second kind of equations here are reducible to these formats. Reducible to these. Okay. Reducible to linear. I am just going to tell you what kind of equations are called reducible to linear. This is, so I have told you, I will just get back. 1.4a reducible to linear, which are also called Bernoulli form. What kind of these equations? Minor substitution reduces these equation to the linear differential equation. What are they format? They are of the format like could be y raised to power minus a dy by dx, y raised to power minus a dy by dx plus y 1 minus a into your y raised to power 1 minus a into px is equal to your q of x. This kind of equation, y raised to power minus a, here also y into, because it was a pxy, so here try to appreciate, here also pxy multiplied by, basically it is nothing, y raised to power minus a into y pxy, this format, only multiplied by y raised to power minus a dy by dx plus y raised to power minus a y pxy, that is 1 minus a. If this kind of equations are there, then they can be easily reduced to a linear equation by minor substitution. I can assume this whatever is written here, let's assume y raised to power 1 minus a is some new function. new function. I call it u. If I call u as a function of x, if I write this y1 minus a as u, if I take this as a u, then what will become? Differentiate 1 minus y dy by dx will be equal to d1 minus y raised to power minus a, y raised to power minus a, 1 minus a dy by dx will be equal to your du by dx. A is some number, integer. So try to appreciate. I can always write. So here y raised to power minus a dy by dx will be equal to 1 upon 1 minus a is some number, du by dx. If I reduce this, substitute this into this equation, then it becomes 1 upon 1 minus a du by dx plus px u is equal to qx plus px is equal to qx, or du by dx, it is a pure number, plus 1 minus a px u is equal to 1 minus a qx. Now it is a linear differential equation. Integrating factor will be e raised to power 1 minus a px dx, and solution is, general solution is y into integrating factor is q, or 1 minus a qx into integrating factor dx plus c. That is how you can proceed to the other kind of equations which are reducible to linear differential equation format. Good. Try to appreciate. I have told you the different methods, how the general solution is obtained, how to obtain general solution. Simply, if qx is 0, if qx is not 0, but if I assume qx is 0, then it is called homogeneous differential equation. Dy by dx plus px y, if it is 0, then the solution will be, I can easily write variable separable, dy by y is minus px dx. Integrate, I easily know y will become, ln y will become integration minus px dx plus some constant of integration. So or vice versa, I can write c dash, I can say some arbitrary constant. So y will become nothing, e raised to power minus px dx plus c. This kind of solutions I can get if qx is 0. If qx is not 0, which is my equation, then form of solution is known to us. What the form of solution it will have? Y can be e raised to power minus px dx plus c. So if qx is not 0, then same thing, try to appreciate, I can write the same equation into this format. Dy upon dx plus py minus q is 0. That means dy plus this much dx is 0. This is of my format, em dx plus en dy is 0. Em dx plus en dy is 0. This equation is said to be exact. This will be exact if del m by del y is equal to del n by del x. So m here is 1, m here is py minus q, and n here is 1. So try to appreciate what is del m by del y. Del m by del y is your p, del m by del y is my p is del n by del x. So m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 try to replace it.
तो रूट 4 लगाइए सर.
क्या
1 by n dou n by dou y minus dou n तब आ जाएगा.
हाँ हाँ
रूट 4 लगाइए.
हाँ तो एग्जैक्ट नहीं है. दिस इज सो ट्राई टू अप्लाई इट. Here I am trying to check. Definitely the equation is of the format m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Equation is of the format m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Now I am checking is it exact. For is to be exact, del m by del y must be equal to del n by del x. Where it is not. Here del m by del y is your p and del n by del is not. It is not. So format is the same, but it is not. So I will reduce it to the exact format. How I will reduce this? I will say del m by, what is the value of del m by del y minus del n by del x. What it turns out to be? Del n by del x is 0, del m by del y is p. Good. So if I write now apply rule 4 in the exact differential equation, what was rule 4? 1 by n, 1 by m, nahi 1 by n, 1 by n del m by del y,
del n by del,
हाँ,
del
del
n by del x,
हाँ del m by del n by del
n by
x minus del m by del y
minus p आ जाएगा.
is equal to your minus px. Correct? If it is so, now it was non-zero, then integrating factor is, then IF is simply e raised to power same thing minus px dx. Good. That is what the rule for equation was not exact because this was not there. Now if I multiply by this factor, those whole equation will become exact. Now you can cross check. If I multiply the entire this equation by this factor e raised to power minus px dx dy plus e raised to power minus px dx into py minus q dx is 0, then this equation has become your exact. You can easily check on your own. M dy plus n dx is 0. Now del m by del y will be equal to del n by del x, and solution will be easily obtained by your, easily solution can be obtained by simply, if I multiply by this thing, I would have written, this is I have just demonstrated, then this is the differential equation. I would have multiplied, I would have said this integrating factor was e raised to power px dx into your dy by dx plus px y was your e raised to power minus px dx into your qx. See, this could be easily written as d by dx of, try to replace it, d of dx of y into e raised to power px dx. If I write like this, try to replace it. A minus नहीं होगा, this plus होगा, this will be plus, sorry. That was, what was the rule for? This was your plus. Integrating factor was e raised to power 1 by n. If that term 1 by n del n by del y minus del m by del x was function of your x, then integrating factor was fx dx. Fx dx. It was your e raised to power, this was your px dx, not negative. So this is this. So try to apply the integrating factor. Only proof of this is the integrating factor. This whole thing I could have written. Try to apply this whole thing I would have written. D by dx of y e raised to power px dx is nothing. This left hand side, if I write, it will become dy by dx into e raised to power px dx plus e raised to power px dx. Now I will do, so it is pxy into y. Whenever I will do d by dx of this is px. So this whole thing can be written to this particular form. And right hand side is same as this, e raised to power px dx into qx. left hand side can be written to this format. So I integrate both the sides. Solution will become y into e raised to power px dx. Integrating both the sides with respect to x. This is equal to this qx e raised to power px dx plus c. That is how the solution is typically obtained. That was the fourth method. In today's class, I have showed you how the course can be done, how the whole thing can be done in a single class, whole theoretical background. In tomorrow's class, next class, I will build up more on the same thing, and the class will be taken by my young faculty. Then I will be coming over to the next class, that is ordinary differential equations of the first order higher degree. Okay, till then practice from the book and try to consolidate on the theory. Thank you.